your parade this afternoon, please welcome 50 musicians from the Southern Highlanders, pipes and drums, playing a medley of songs from the 1950s, including well-known classics such as Green Hills, Scotland the Brave and Bluebells. Today's lone piper is James Rowley from Scots Care. Following them are dancers from the Royal Academy of Dance performing a specially choreographed nautical routine. They're going to be dancing all the way around the parade, so do give them your support as they pass by. Represented here are community, civic, social groups, Commonwealth and the sea. And amongst the seashells and starfish, you will recognise the Royal Yacht Britannia, which served the royal family from 1953 to 1997. As our parade starts, please give them a huge round of applause as they make their way down the Mall.
I'm going to ask you about that. Giles, let's just talk about the Royal Yacht Britannia then and its representation right up at the start of this parade. Many people will remember that indeed when it was decommissioned, it's probably, I would say, the only time in public when we've actually believed that we saw the Queen shed a tear, and it was because so many memories were tied up with that vessel.
Totally. It was very controversial. I think the Queen and Prince Philip were disappointed that the government at the time felt it couldn't afford to have another Britannia built, because it was not only the place they'd been to on official trips, but it was also their safe haven. They used it to travel around the British Isles and to be private. It was a little world for them, a cocoon.
And really, what a beautiful scene that is, Katie Nicholl on the Mall. We see the colour, we see that beautiful depiction of the, of course, now decommissioned Royal Yacht Britannia, which, as Giles was saying, was a place really of haven and a cocoon for the royal family, and we wonder what memories might be occurring to them as they sit at the top of the Mall watching it come through the sea of people and towards them. But certainly the sun is out, London is celebrating, and we're sure across the whole of the UK today people are holding their own parties and raising a glass to Her Majesty.
Yeah, it's very special. It started with the Britannia, and it will bring all sorts of memories back. I mean, this was quite deliberate. When I spoke to Peter Phillips, he said he wanted this to be in the opening sequence to bring back those memories. Some of the happiest times for the family. They could get away from it all and be together as a family. And this structure has been made out of kite technology, so I don't know how heavy it is to lift, but they've not done a bad job at reprising it. And,
I bet there'll be a wry remark from the Duke of Edinburgh as he sees this, that there wasn't any real Britannia, so this is what we're reduced to now.
Yes, this is what we've been left with.
Doesn't look very ship-shape to me.
Well, it looks pretty splendid, and there we have pupils from the Royal Academy of Dance representing the waves, I think, in front of Britannia. Let's go over to Mel, who's got a special guest with her, I think.
Oh, hello there. I'm here with the inimitable, the one, the only, Esther Ranson, in a very fine pair of dongles, Esther.
I'm known for my dongles, actually, and I can wiggle them.
She's wiggling the dongles. That's very good, Esther. Can I just say congratulations, first of all, because you received your damehood last year from the Queen, didn't you? How was that?
Well, that was amazing, but it was due to the hard work of some of the people here today who work for the NSPCC and Childline, and so I'm shining in their reflected glory.
You set up Childline 30 years ago. What an amazing achievement.
4 million children, more than 4 million children helped, so that's generations of staff and volunteers who made that possible. But it's wonderful for me because, as I say, I can go around the country, I can meet them and learn their stories and discover what a difference Childline has made, which is inspirational for me, keeps me going.
And are you having a lovely time here today, Esther?
We've got everything. We've got pouring rain.
Good.
Pouring rain.
Check.
Hampers with pork pies and sandwiches in. You can get to the loo without too long a queue, which for persons of my generation is quite important. You don't know about this.
I do, Esther, I do.
And all in the shadow of the palace, and every now and then extraordinary people walk by, some of them members of the royal family,
Yes.
some of them clutching rather threatening-looking bagpipes and playing them. It's all good news.
It's really nice to talk to you, Esther. Thank you so much. Let's
my
go back to
pleasure.
Kirsty.
Esther and her dongles, thank you for that, just raising the tone, and thank you to you too, Mel. Katie Nicholl from the Mail on Sunday, we were just talking, you were mentioning that when you were talking to Peter Phillips, the Queen's, one of the Queen's grandchildren, about the organisation specifically to do with that beautiful boat that we're watching come up the Mall. He was explaining the technology behind it. There have been times and there have been moments when people have wondered whether or not this picnic was a very good idea, but there can be no question at all about the fact that for Peter Phillips it has been a gargantuan task of organisation.
Oh, huge. I mean, he was throwing an all-nighter last night. I mean, when I was just finished up on the Mall last night, everything was just starting. They worked through the night to get everything finished from trooping and this whole stage set up. I mean, the tent that they had to put up, he said, you know, usually it would take 3 or 4 days to do that. They had 11 hours. And can you imagine the clear-up operation after?
I don't even want to think about it.
I'm glad I'm not in charge of that.
Let's go back to Claire Balding.